So here we are picking up with the final day of the Oregon Trail Gravel Grinder, Lapine, back to Sisters, and no easy days this week. Final day, 8,500 feet. Not a ton of climbing, but literally all of it right at the end. On like the last 12 miles of the day, we climbed from about 4,000 feet up to 7,000 feet. It was roughly a 3,000 foot climb. So we woke up in Tent City and breakfast, coffee, got ready, and then we did a big 16-mile neutral rollout over to the start. I needed this after being pretty stiff from the night before, waking up, having that road rash. I didn't sleep great. As you can imagine, being in a tent, kind of sticky in a sleeping bag with road rash, not the best. So that warm up, 16 miles, was nice to kind of loosen things up. Then we stopped, restaged, and got after it. The first 3/4 of this day were all kind of really rolly, not a lot of elevation gain, which meant there was a lot more people in the front group than in the days prior. And for some reason, people were really getting after it. I don't know if it was my crash or just going hard the last 4 days. Something eventually caught up with me here, and I just did not feel like I was running at 100%. Doing my best to stay in the group and not see in the front of the race at all. With it being kind of false flat up a lot of the time and a lot of loose gravel as we were making our way over to the final climb at the end of Skyliners. It was just hard pedaling, lots of deep gravel, and then we were up around 5,000 feet or higher for the whole second half of the day. So altitude probably playing a little bit of a role here, and I came off about 30 miles in from a big front group of maybe 10 dudes. Eddie also came off, which was nice. I had a little bit of a target to shoot for, and then I eventually latched onto him. We jumped on Cascade Lake Highway together and started descending over towards the big climb together. I did suffer a puncture there, so I plugged it real quick, CO2, not a major catastrophe, probably lost 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and then just kept going. Today was kind of the first day we were really dealing with the heat, so that was really apparent once we got down to the lower elevation right before starting the main climb, and stopped at the aid, slammed a ton of cokes, and then got after it. I thought maybe I could see Eddie up the climb on the gravel section. I thought maybe I could link up with him and do this climb with someone, but it didn't work out. He was going forward and I was either staying still or going backwards, and so I just kind of made my way up that really exposed hot gravel section on my own, and then turned left onto more of a Jeep road. We were advised prior to the start that there was going to be some snow up high, and it was definitely there. But it was really fun. It made that you kind of crested the last bit of the climb, and then you had this rolly stuff across the top, and ripping through these snowbanks was nice. There was some really cold water in there, which was really welcoming after that super exposed roaster of a climb. And I never saw anyone the whole time, from when I left the feed zone until I eventually crossed the finish line by myself. Yeah, I was a little nervous because Sandy was up the road. He was in 7th place coming into the day. I was in 6th, but luckily I'd put a big enough buffer into him that I could lose a bunch of time. Yeah, held on to 6th place in the overall, which I guess I was happy about. Chris and Pete and Howie being here, those guys climbing on another level, so did what I could, and regardless got some really great training out of the week. We slammed some cokes at the finish, headed over to the lake for a quick dip. Some guys decided to just send it straight into the lake, and then we dropped an 18-mile descent on pavement from 3 lakes down into Sisters. Didn't have to pedal. I had to pedal a little bit, but basically didn't have to pedal at all, so ended the ride up there. Cruised down, beautiful views on the way down, and then had our final meal and awards and kind of wrapped things up. And that was the end of the Oregon Trail Gravel Grinder. So yeah, second year doing this. It's a super fun event. I love the point-to-point format. You end up crossing the Cascades not once, but twice. Chad and the rest of the Oregon Trail crew do a really great job putting this event on. They cross all the T's and dot all the I's and really make sure that the racers are having a great experience out there. I mean, that's highlighted in the fact that they're out there for 2 weeks before the race, like plowing roads so that we can actually ride our bikes on them. And then everything in camp is just set up so professionally. Makes you feel like you don't have to worry about a thing, which is what you want when you're out there camping. You don't know where you are, and all you have is your bike to get from place to place. So another good year. I'll probably be back next year. We'll see. Every year I think to myself how hard it is and how I probably won't be back, but then something draws me back. I think it's just the challenge of the competition, just how hard it is, and then also, I guess, it's a good time to see Becca and Barry. Yeah, so that's the end of the Oregon Trail Gravel Grinder series. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the race, thinking about doing it next year, please let me know. I'll be sure to answer any questions. And thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.